They want you to catch a falling knife. Hey, everybody, JJ here. Hope everybody is having a great Labor Day weekend. It's Sunday as I'm recording this. You may be watching this on Monday because I'm putting this out a little bit later at night. Either way, happy Labor Day / Labor Day weekend. They want you to catch a falling knife. We're talking about the housing market. And this is what we've been warning about for years. And let's break it down for you. So, Bank of America has implemented now, or I should say re implemented, because this has been done in the past, zero down mortgages. And I'm sorry, I'm holding this mic. This thing kept on falling off the shirt. Zero down mortgages. And we warned you that they want to get people in at the top of the bubble. Now, some people say that this is a scheme or mechanism to get people to overpay for a house. Other people just say that this is just trying to keep the volume going for the mortgage originations because there's been such a severe slowdown in the housing market and demand for mortgages. Either way, do you think now's a good time to be getting into the housing market? And why implement a zero down payment mortgage right now when home prices are still at or near all-time highs, right? We're just starting to see prices crack. And now at this very same time, we see these zero down mortgages come out. Just a coincidence or a scheme to get people in because they know the top of the market has already been hit? Please let me know what you think down in comments. Now, after home prices take a drop, that's when mortgage lending is really going to tighten up, and it's going to be very difficult for the average person to get into a mortgage, to get into a house, to get approved for a mortgage at the bottom or after prices already drop. That's why you saw at the end or after the previous housing bubble, 2007, 2008, is when it peaked. But those years where home prices were very affordable, 2009, 10, 11, they started ticking back up in 2012. We're still very affordable though. Those were the years when it was most difficult to get a mortgage. And that's why you saw home ownership drop. Home ownership meaning less people owning their homes and more investors / landlords coming in and buying homes when the getting was good, when prices were actually making sense for a while. And now is a very dangerous time. So they're dangling the carrot out there, in my opinion, dangling the carrot out there to get people in to a mortgage right now with these dangerously high home prices. And it's not just the home price. You have to think about the higher carrying costs when you pay more for a mortgage. We're talking about higher taxes. And look at everything else when it comes to owning a house, all the additional costs, the carrying costs, your utility bills. Now is a very dangerous time to get yourself over leveraged into a mortgage. If the cost of everything else wasn't so high, it wouldn't be as dangerous. But it's a very dangerous time, in my opinion, right now to get into a home. Now, in some parts of the country, it's still not that dangerous. The breadbasket, Middle America, Iowa, Nebraska, Kansas, not very many odds of a price plunging there because prices didn't run up so quickly. I think prices will go down. Prices actually did go down nationally, but keep in mind a majority of that is because of the price declines that we see on the coastal cities and some of these bubble cities, Phoenix, Arizona, most of California, the coastal cities, other cities that saw big run-ups since the health crisis came out, especially in the states that saw big upflows or inflows of population during the pandemic, like Texas, Florida, people leaving, bigger cities to go to these other states, lower price states. They used to be lower price states, but now most of the states in the U.S. are in beyond bubble territory, right? So again, we go back to 2007, 2008. People look back now and they call that a housing bubble. Everyone agrees. Okay, they call it the housing bubble. All the media sources, all the news networks, they agree. And the term that's given to that is the housing bubble. Everybody knows what the housing bubble was. Now with prices heads and tails above what we saw back then, there's still deniers out there, still people out there saying that this is not a housing bubble. Wacky times, folks. So what do you think? Bank of America, zero down mortgage. Seems pretty crazy to me. We're going to make this a short one today. But again, we've been warning about this, dangling the carrot at the peak of the market. If it wasn't the peak of the market, would they be implementing a zero down mortgage? Right. This is 2007, 2008 type of stuff, subprime on steroids, right? Zero down mortgages, right? We thought FHA mortgages were bad enough. We have to get 3.5% down. Wow. So be careful out there. And this may be an inflationary force that fools people, because it's programs like this that keep prices elevated. Now, I think prices are still going to fall, but imagine if it weren't for things like this, how much faster prices would be falling right now, right? So we'll break it down again. We have these inflationary forces, deflationary forces. We have the cost of living. That's a deflationary force because people are having to pay so much more for energy and food and everything else in their lives. They're going to have less money left over at the end of the month to pay that mortgage, right? So that's a deflationary force. So when you look at it, inflation in one area is deflationary in another area, right? Inflationary or high cost of living, deflationary housing prices, right? And we see that in places that have homeowners associations. When the homeowner association is outrageous, like a sum of $1,000. I showed you a park a few months ago, and the HOA was about $1,000 per month, and therefore the homes were much less expensive. Yes, they're modular homes or manufactured homes, but compared to a manufactured home on private land, they were about half price compared to those other homes. Right, so we're going to wrap this up here. Inflation, deflation. I think the market is still going down as far as home prices. We'll see, though. We'll see how it plays out. Thanks for watching this report, everybody. Bye for now.